It looked like a floor, still harmless. Just another stretch of steel where a man could walk, but beneath their feet lay a machine built to drag tons of cane, and when it woke, it didn't care who was standing on it. Two workers in white stand inside the deep trough of a chain conveyor. The machine looks idle, harmless, like solid ground. They take cautious steps, using the trough as if it were just another walkway, their body language calm, almost casual. Then, without warning, the floor shifts. The conveyor jolts to life, its chains grinding forward under their feet. Balance is gone instantly. Their bodies pitch, arms flailing. What was ground a moment ago turns into a moving trap, pulling them toward the direction of flow. In that split second, they realize they are standing not on a floor, but inside a machine designed to drag tons of cane with relentless force. Never, ever step inside a chain conveyor trough. What looks like solid ground is only waiting to move beneath you. Respect the machine. Stay out of its path. A man in dark clothing walks slowly around the repair bay. He moves casually, unaware of the weight hanging above him. The raised machine arm looms overhead, suspended but unsecured. He lingers beneath it, shifting his stance, standing directly in its shadow as if it were nothing more than part of the background. Without warning, the arm gives way. It plunges downward with unstoppable force, slamming down where he stands. In the blink of an eye, the space he treated as safe transforms into a deadly trap with devastating impact. Never, ever stand beneath a suspended load. Uncontrolled hydraulic or mechanical loads can fall without warning. Always secure, block, and isolate before anyone stands or works near raised equipment. Inside a busy garage, a worker leans against the back of a car, pushing it slowly into place. His focus is fixed on the vehicle, his body weight driving it forward. Just beneath his feet lies a wide, open service pit, unguarded, uncovered. He doesn't notice it. He keeps moving, hands on the car, blind to the drop right under him. In a split second, his footing vanishes. His heel slides over the edge and gravity takes hold. The worker tumbles backward, arms flailing, disappearing straight into the pit. One moment steady on the floor, the next consumed by a gap that should never have been left open. Never, ever leave service pits or floor openings uncovered and unguarded. What looks like harmless space becomes a sudden fall waiting to happen. Inside an auto workshop, a welder strikes his torch on a fuel tank surface. The torch flares, sparks shower across the steel, and the arc dances along the tank's surface. The sound of crackling metal fills the shop as the welder presses on, heat pouring into the container's walls. But inside, unseen vapors churn, waiting for the exact second flame meets fuel. The tank explodes in an instant. Fire, smoke, and steel tearing into the air, blasting the welder backward. Never, ever weld or cut into a container without first confirming it's gas-free, cleaned, and certified safe. Tanks that once held fuel, solvents, or chemicals can trap vapors long after they're emptied. One spark can turn that invisible vapor into an explosion that no one can escape. A worker sits before a drill press, sliding metal parts into position. His hands are close, too close, guiding the workpiece beneath the spinning bit. He wears gloves, unaware that the same fabric meant to protect him could betray him. The machine hums, steady and unyielding, as his hands hover within the danger zone. Then it happens. The rotating drill snags his glove. In an instant, his hand is yanked forward, trapped and pulled down toward the spinning steel. There's no pause, no chance to react. What was a routine task becomes a sudden struggle against a force far stronger than he could resist. Rotating drills and presses grip anything that enters their orbit. Fabric, gloves, even bare skin, pulling it inward with unstoppable torque. Never guide drills with hands. Use clamps, guards, or push sticks. A worker in a factory bay leans forward, feeding large sheets into a towering press. The rhythm is routine. Sheet in, adjust, press cycles. He stands close, his upper body hanging over the edge, trusting the motion, unaware of the lethal zone he's entered. The press looms like a predator, silent until it strikes. Suddenly, the press slams shut. Metal descends with brutal speed, clamping down on the space where his body is. In a split second, he is pinned by the machine's jaws. The same space he leaned into becomes the kill zone. Never, ever feed material directly into a press without guards, push tools, or automated feeders. Hands and bodies do not belong where steel comes down to bite. A man climbs a folding ladder leaned against a wall. He reaches up, trusting the ladder beneath him to hold steady. The ladder is unstable, its footing unrestrained. Yet the man continues to climb, placing his weight higher and higher above the hard pavement. Without warning, the ladder shifts. Its legs fold inward, collapsing beneath him. In an instant, the man is thrown backward, tumbling through the air. He crashes to the ground, the ladder clattering down on top of him. What began as routine work ends in chaos, a body sprawled across the concrete. Folding ladders collapse unpredictably, turning height into a free fall with no second chance. Stability and fall protection are the only barriers between balance and catastrophe. Always lock, stabilize, and secure ladders before climbing. At height, protection isn't optional, it's survival. The driver of a delivery truck stands at the back, pushing a heavy pallet deeper inside. The dock looks quiet, steady, and ordinary. What he doesn't see is the danger lurking in silence. The brake was never engaged. With no warning, the truck lurches. The massive vehicle rolls away from the dock, its rear doors flung open as the worker inside stumbles. He jumps out in time, the truck plunging forward and slamming down. In an instant, a routine task becomes a fight for survival. Never, ever step into or onto a vehicle for loading unless you know it is locked, braked, and secured against movement. An unlicensed welder climbs a ladder with a welding torch. No fire watch, no barriers, just stacks of flammable foam piled high around him. Sparks rain down as he welds. At first, it looks harmless. Then, a flash. Tiny flames lick the wall. Workers hesitate, trying to act, but the fire spreads faster than they can respond. In less than a minute, the entire side of the building erupts, smoke choking the factory floor. The crew has no choice but to run. Never, ever allow unlicensed welding in a workplace. Unauthorized hot work is a time bomb waiting to ignite. A worker stood casually inside the narrow workshop, surrounded by machines and scrap. Against the wall, a heavy anchored drilling machine was being handled, its base tugged, its stability compromised, its weight straining against the restraints holding it. Without warning, the machine snapped free. In a blur, it lunged forward with force. The worker directly in the line of fire never had a chance. The machine smashed through the open space, striking and throwing him down amidst dust and debris. What looked stable seconds before turned into a deadly projectile. Never, ever stand in the line of fire when heavy machinery is being pulled free. Anchors can fail without warning, and when they do, the full force of steel and weight will drive into whatever stands ahead. If you stand where a machine can fall, swing, or launch, you become its target. Distance is survival. Stay clear of the danger line, or the line will claim you. Don't forget to share what you learned today in the comments. Your insight could save a life. Take care.